Hello, Michigan. It's good to be back. It really is. And John, thank you for that introduction. The truth of the matter is, there's a reason why the American labor movement across the board has the single best workers in the world, because you're the best trained. I wish the American people understood how much serious training goes into being a union worker. I really mean it. You're the best in the world. I was kidding. Someone said to me earlier that I said, I'm a union president. I'm a president who supports unions, not labor, unions. And someone pointed out to me that I allegedly have used the word union as president more than the last 7 presidents combined. You built the country. No, not a joke. You built the country. And it's great to be here with several excellent members of Congress.
I have a ton of news to share with you guys in today's fourth stimulus check update, so you want to be sure to stay until the end of this video. Let's go over the most important stimulus check information first, everybody. President Biden has just signed a new bill that will help Americans not lose their Social Security benefits. It looks like President Biden's finally helping out our seniors, and despite much uncertainty, all levers of the government, the President, the House, as well as the Senate, have all passed their portions of a temporary spending bill, which has prevented a government shutdown from happening.
I'll talk about both these bills in just a moment, but first, I want to set one thing straight. These bills are not about left versus right, or moderate versus progressive, or anything that pits Americans against one another. These bills are about competitiveness versus complacency. They're about opportunity versus decay. They're about leading the world or continue to let the world pass us by, which is literally happening. To support these investments is to create a rising America, America that's moving. To oppose these investments is to be complicit in America's decline. To support these bills is to pursue a broader vision of our nation, and to oppose them is to accept a very cramped view of our future. This isn't about 2 pieces of legislation. It's about the inflection point I mentioned earlier we are in our history, the world history. So, here's what I'm proposing. First, the infrastructure bill. It's about rebuilding our roads, our highways, our bridges, our ports, our airports, our broadband, all the things that need repair. Our arteries of our economy have always been fueled by the economic might and dynamism of Americans. Across the country right now, 45,000 bridges and 173,000 miles of roads, according to the engineers, the Society of Engineers, are in poor condition right now, including more than 1,200 bridges as the governor's been fighting to repair here in your state, 7,300 miles of roads here in Michigan. I'll bet everyone in this room can tell me what the most dangerous intersection in this town or any town they live in and where it is, that you hold your breath when you're driving over trying to cross the street. Not a joke. Working with the governor and members of the Congress here, we're going to put hardworking Americans like the operating engineers.
The Senate voted 65-35 in favor of the bill, as well as the House of Representatives following suit by 254 to a 175 vote. So while many in the federal government are breathing a sigh of relief over the new bills, the spending bill only appropriates funds for the next 9 weeks. If a longer-term spending bill cannot be agreed by that timeline, then there could be another shutdown come December 3rd. But the bill does not address another serious fiscal problem, and that is the debt default on October 18th. The US will no longer be able to borrow more money to pay for bills. The country has never defaulted on its debt before, and such an event could send shockwaves across the economy. President Biden tweeted support for this bill after signing a Social Security payment check. After signing the bill, he said, "This is a good outcome, and I'm happy to get this done." And Chuck Schumer, the top Democratic senator, told colleagues on the Senate floor before voting took place that Mitch McConnell and the Republicans voted no. So while the bill has received support from both parties, there are many forces that could prevent its passage, primarily the opposition by progressive Democrats, who have promised that the vote on the infrastructure package will be tied to an additional vote on the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. Last spring, President Biden had proposed 2 pieces of legislation, the American Jobs Plan and the American Families Plan, which together with the American Rescue Plan form his economic agenda. When Democrats on Capitol Hill and the White House began negotiating with Republicans, the negotiations quickly collapsed, as the GOP caucus categorically opposed the majority of measures included in these plans. Democrats did not disagree that the nation's crumbling interstate needed investing, but they do not believe it should be at the expense of benefits for families. So there's still more financial relief available for some Americans. An unexpected fourth stimulus check will be available to some essential workers thanks to a new relief program. The U.S. Department of Agriculture announced that it is investing $700 million in a new program that will offer $600 relief payments to individuals who worked in meatpacking plants, worked on farms, and worked in grocery stores throughout the crisis. The program details are still forthcoming, and officials have said that more information on the application process is still going on. Thank you for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate everybody's amazing support. If you have any more questions about this, then leave them in the comments below, and thank you so much again.
As a matter of fact, a significant portion of this plan cuts taxes for working people. And best of all, the cost of these bills in terms of adding to the deficit is zero. 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 And I made a commitment when I wrote these when I was running. No one making under $400,000 a year will see a penny in their taxes go up. That's why in the infrastructure bill, there is no gas tax increase, because people making under 400 would have to pay more. It's simple. You're working here at this facility, your spouse is a teacher or a firefighter. There's no reason why, combined, why millionaires and billionaires in this country should be paying at a lower tax rate than you do. Hear me again now. A lower tax rate. A police officer, a teacher, a union crane operator, and a nurse, they pay at a higher tax rate. A higher tax rate. A significant portion of the major corporations in America and the super wealthy. Look, it isn't right. Isn't it right that 55 of the largest corporations in America in this country, and I come from the corporate capital of the world, more corporations are incorporated in the state of Delaware than every other state combined. But you know how much those 55 companies, I could go on more than that, they made over $40 billion and they paid zero in federal income tax. Since the pandemic began, the number of billionaires, and I forget the exact number there are in America, have seen their wealth go up collectively by $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Isn't fair. It needs to change. Look, working folks understand that. That's why, despite the attacks and misinformation, my plan has overwhelming support in the polling data from the American people. They understand what's at stake. They understand that workers and families have a better shot. Americans have a better shot. I'm a capitalist. I think you should be able to go out and make $1 million or $1 billion, but just pay your fair share.